Hi there, I'm artist Kristen Girard and I am at the wonderful Mountain Gallery in downtown Glens Falls, and I wanted to share something really special with you. This is my art show. Oh, it's a little backwards, but it's Radiance. And this artwork I've been working on since 2017, and right now it's 2022. And these are some of my favorite pieces that I've done, and I'm really happy about it, and I am psyched to share this artwork with you. So I wanted to give you a bit of a tour and walk you through the artwork, because when I started this artwork, I was still very much healing and learning how to paint after an eye surgery. And in particular, these couple of pieces, these little guys with the stars, they started off something really unexpected that I could not have imagined before I started painting them. Part of it was the whimsy, the fun of just going with the flow. But another big part was embracing this love of the night sky that I've had since I was a little kid. I hadn't really painted the night sky and focused on it in a way that became the centerpiece of the show before I started working on these. These are the earliest works here, and for me, again, they're really special because there's some of the oil paintings that I did very, very soon after that recovery. And at the point that I did these paintings, I was coming to realize just how much my eyesight had changed, and that it wasn't going to be, there wasn't a journey back to where I was before the eye surgery. It was all, that was then, this is now, and what can I do now? Then these artworks with the horses, and if you've been around a while, you might notice this particular character. This is Big Mac, my Clydesdale, and specifically, this is his come hither and give me carrots face. These horse paintings all became an evolution, if you will, and I'll show you the other ones that are in this set. So what happened in the course of working on these paintings is I not only went with the idea of letting the paintings go where they wanted to go, but I also started painting with my intuition taking the lead, which I hadn't done prior. Before those starfish paintings, I was very much an illustrator, but in the course of creating the paintings that are in this collection now, I started becoming an artist with a capital A, meaning though storytelling is very much a part of each artwork I create, the inspiration is coming from within, not without, which is a big part of illustration, is illustrating stories, and a lot of times other people's stories. But what became very clear is that with the health conditions I've been working with, it is much easier for me to paint when the inspiration is coming from within. And part of that has to do with the ebb and flow of my energy. And I found that the more I follow my intuition, the better my energy is. And the paintings, they reflect that, they resonate. So some very special things about these paintings. So of course, this top one, that's Big Mac, but specifically this particular painting, and I'm having a hard time getting into frame, is called Messenger from the Light. And that was one of the big changes that started happening in these particular artworks, is the inspiration is coming from within, but also I started allowing myself to transform and for each painting to be part of that transformation process, or rather, even to lead the way. You know, when I'm holding a paintbrush, it's like worlds start opening up. So for me, a lot of things start changing and happening when I'm around horses. My energy's a lot better. And while sometimes I have difficulty standing up for myself, in the course of painting these paintings, it started becoming easier and easier to stand up for those I care about, including Big Mac. Also, in particular for this painting, it's called Creation Amid the Stars, because I started playing with the idea about what is the world we live in, and not just physically, but metaphysically. And what is this thing we call universe, goddess, God? And why can't all species be part of that? It just felt right that all species are part of this wonderful web of life, and all have access to universal wisdom, including and especially horses. Then this particular painting is called Galloping Through the Stars, and it's about the journey that we all take. Because think about this for a minute. On the planet that you are very likely viewing this video on, that we call Earth, we are very slowly, as a whole planet, essentially on a spaceship that is slowly spinning its way through space. We are all on a journey through the stars, individually and collectively. And that journey can be a source of great creation. You notice that whenever the mare's hooves are striking space, she's actually spinning off stars and new galaxies. Because a lot of times our lives are like that. When we help each other, when we are coming from a place of love, we do the same thing. We are creating as we go. Coming back over here, this painting, Light Coalesces. This one is really, really special to me. It's about the magic of being around horses. And the particular horse that inspired this, her life's journey really made me aware of why it is so important for us all to pitch in and help our fellow species. And also why it's really, really important to show up for your horse or your cat or your dog or your planet. Because at one point or another, everyone, including each of us, we all have our moments where we truly need an advocate. We need somebody to speak up for us and to help us speak up for ourselves. And this particular mare really taught me a lot about that. This one, Galaxy Quest. Honestly, this was purely from imagination and a sense of fun, but also the idea that a lot of times we are actually all on a personal quest, and that quest can be multi-layered. On one level, maybe we are here to teach others how to grow into their own power. And on another level, we might be here to make delicious meals, or to paint paintings, or to trim a horse's feet in a beautiful way that helps the horse heal. We all are on a quest of one sort or another, and we can be on 20, 30, 1,000 quests in a lifetime. It's really up to you and your soul and what you desire to do in this world. So Galaxy Quest is about following your soul's calling, day by day, big quests and little quests, all at the same time. This one, Messenger from the Light. I tear up a bit about this one. every time. Because one of my greatest teachers in life has been Big Mac. I have been through a lot of hardships in life, and I can tell you for sure that he is one of the reasons I am still here. Because I knew he needed me to show up for him in a way that perhaps no one else would. A lot of times, our greatest messengers, if you will, from the universe, from the other side, are those that we encounter who bring the energy of love when we see them. Or at least in this case, the energy of a deep love for carrots. This one, I call it shining stardust because in the darkest points of our lives, we often don't realize the light that is all around us. There's something about being in connection with oneself and looking at your journey after that creates this, if you will, halo of light about maybe why, as a soul, you chose this particular journey to learn and grow on. And some of those things in life that feel the hardest are actually the things that in the end light us up the most. These particular paintings, here we go. These particular paintings, so this one is Empowered Dreams, and then there is Rising Hope, and then there is Dreams Rising. These, I was playing with the concept of what does it mean to dream? What does it mean to have hope? And are these things that can be concrete, or are they things that are a little more ephemeral? And what I found was that they can be both. It all depends on how we approach it. These ones, these little gems, so this is the bottom one, you are the universe and the universe is you. And then this one, you were born to dream. And this one, you are made of stars. They all carry the energy of a soul's journey, your journey, the energy of being who you are here to be. Even when reality can be different. Remember when things they feel out of control. Sometimes it's actually supposed to be that way for a good reason. You are the magic of the universe. You are beautiful just the way you are. Now these at the end, so this is Sacred Moon and Sacred Sun. We get so used to seeing the sun and the moon, we can forget how sacred their nature really is. Our sun is magnificent. We would not be here without our sun. And our moon is really, really special. Our moon is so special that life on Earth would not exist in the way we currently know it without our moon. And in a lot of ways, our moon is a guiding light. It tells us the time of year. It helps us understand the seasons. It reminds us of the flow of life, that things wane, that they ebb, that they come back again. And it's changing. I always love seeing the moon rising over the horizon and how it can be different colors. And then I love that reminder as we're seeing the different moon phases, and that's the Earth across the moon's face, that we are all connected. We all affect each other. This one, you are the light you seek. a lot of times we can spend our whole lives searching outside of ourselves for something to light us up. But in reality, what we're looking for is always within. And you can take that light with you wherever you go. The top one, that one's called love. And it's not just a romantic love. It is divine love. It's the love that animates us all. It's the love that we incarnate to embody. This one, the true meaning of resilience. As you might be starting to imagine, horses often appear in my work, as they do in the true meaning of resilience as well. This particular painting, it's about what it actually means to be resilient. A lot of times resilience, we don't even realize we have until we've been through whatever it is we need resilience for. Resilience isn't about being super tough. It's not about never crying. It's not about never falling down. In truth, resilience is allowing light to surround you, to be acted out through you, by you, even in the dark, and to trust that your light is always going to be there. Your light can't be diminished. And sometimes the source of your resilience is something that you can't see until you step away and get perspective. This one, Courage Rising, is about embracing your courage. And courage, it's not just for running out on a battlefield. And it's not just for running into a burning building. Sometimes courage is giving yourself an insulin shot when you need it if you happen to have diabetes. Sometimes courage is choosing to forgive when it would be so much easier to be angry. Sometimes courage, rising up within you, is about being visible when it would be much more comfortable to be at home reading a book with your cat. So that's what Courage Rising is about. Now this one is joy. And joy's pretty, wonderful. It's a feeling that we all would like more of in our lives, I'm sure. Joy is about remembering that it doesn't have to be this continuous happy state. That joy can be this beacon of light that shows up throughout our day, and all you need to do to access it is to go within. And when we say go within, what I'm really saying is allow your joy to come from being you, not from trying to be someone else. Embodying the energy of joy really means embodying the whole depth of who you are. Prosperity, this one, there are some paintings in particular that are just phenomenal to paint. And I say that after I paint every single one. Prosperity was a surprise. I was guided to paint something that unfolded in these particular colors, to remember that prosperity is multifaceted, and to remember that it doesn't always look like what we think it should. And it can come into our lives from many different ways, many different aspects. Prosperity is about being whole from within first. And that's not something you have to get right or do all at once, all the time, every day. It can be for a few minutes a day, and it can be something you grow into. Now this one, peace. I wanted to paint the energy of peace because it's something that I think we all could use a lot more of. We spend a lot of time focusing on all the things that are not right in our world. And I wanted to channel an energy that was about that wonderful stillness that comes from pausing, that comes from allowing yourself to be quiet and still from within, and that radiates out into things like joy and prosperity and love. Even in the world we're all currently living in, peace is actually a decision. We can all choose peace. Let's do it. Now I've got these other two paintings that I haven't talked about yet. We've got this one called Divine from Within, and this one called Inner Strength, Fiercely Free, Loving, and Whole. These were surprises, really, really big surprises. Let me see if I can get between. So what they are is the beginning of new work that I've been creating. I've actually been working on them for a long time. But the idea is that when we see ourselves with clarity and love, we change not just how we see ourselves, but we can also change how we approach life, and we can begin healing things that have been deeply painful for a long time. And it can help deal with the dragons that come into life. So chronic illness dragons. If this is new, I talk about chronic illness dragons a lot in other places. But what chronic illness dragons are is they are these things that swoop into life like a dragon, burn down your village, make life really hard, and can leave you in tears, yelling things like, "Why me? What did I do?" But they can also be great teachers of wisdom. And they can be things that, in a way, force, but I would rather use the word encourage you to change and evolve in ways that maybe you otherwise wouldn't have. So these higher self portraits, they started because of my chronic illness dragons, and I was trying to find a way to relearn how to paint and draw, and also figure out who I was now, that I always had a whole flock of dragons in my life instead of just one or two. So Divine from Within, this one is really about allowing what animates you, allowing your life force to come from within and to be something that can evolve and flow. And it's also about allowing your emotions and your intuition and that tactical sense of being human to all come into one essential being. It's about allowing that energy of the stars that you might see in things like astrology charts to be you without worrying about what anyone else is thinking or saying or doing. It's about, if you will, one of my favorite phrases, looking at your own easel and not worrying about what anybody else is painting. Just focusing on what you were here to do. So, Divine from Within, that's what that one's about. And then this one, fiercely. It's about inner strength. This particular higher self portrait, and both Divine Within and this one are actually coming from my higher self, and they don't necessarily have to look like you when higher self portraits are painted. It's the energy facet that is here to help you heal. This one in particular has been life changing. It's very challenging painting to paint because I'm being asked to embody that energy of really accessing my inner strength, showing up in the world, of understanding what it is to be free, even with all my dragons, that it is safe to love and be loved, and what being whole really is. So this is the art show at Mountain Gallery, and it's called Radiance. And thank you so much for listening to my stories, and thank you to Mountain Gallery for this wonderful show. It's been great. Thank you. And if you're interested in a print or commissioning artwork, please stop by radianceandgrit.com and you'll find all kinds of goodness there. Thank you. Bye. Hello again. This is Kristen Girard, and I was just reviewing the tour I had made of my artwork here at the Mountain Gallery. And I realized that I was so nervous in making that video. It's amazing. It doesn't seem to matter the number of videos I make. The more I care, the more nervous I am, and my tongue gets all twisted. And I said a few of the paintings, I switched the names on them because I was so nervous and I was thinking about what I had to say next. I chose not to edit the video because I'm about showing up in real life, and mistakes from being nervous, they happen. So I wanted to give you a super quick tour of the paintings with the correct names so that if you love them, which I hope you do, you can head over to radianceandgrit.com and buy a print, buy an original, or if you're interested in commissioning an artwork, say, you know what, Kristen, I loved that painting behind you, Creation Amid the Stars. I would like that of my own horse. Or hey, I really loved the energy of fierceness in this one, in this higher self portrait. Could you show me my inner strength? So to set the record straight and to give you a better look at each artwork, I'll be taking you through and giving you the correct names for everything, because real life, it happens, and I'm getting nervous again, so hopefully this take works. All right, so I'm gonna flip the camera over so you can see the artwork a little easier, and I'll be right back. So first off, this is Empowered Dreams, the one with the horse. This second one with the starfish is Glowing in the Night. Next up, we have You Are Made of Stars. Then this one is Rising Hope. And yes, that is my insulin pump going off, again, keeping it real. Next up is Shining Ocean Star and Star Bright. Then we have Dreams Rising, You Were Born to Dream, You Are the Universe, and the universe is you. Then we have Side by Side. The golden horse is Galaxy Quest. The close-up of the mare's eye, that is light coalesces. Then on the bottom, we have messenger from the light is the Clydesdale Big Mac. Again, messenger from the light. And then on the other side, the dark horse, that is shining stardust. Next we have joy. Then we have divine from within. This is peace. Prosperity. Inner strength, fiercely free, loving, and whole. Creation amid the stars. Galloping through the stars. The true meaning of resilience. Courage rising. Love. You are the light you seek. Sacred Sun. And I just realized I didn't really talk about Sacred Sun that much. I'll be making you a video here soon about Sacred Sun. And then Sacred Moon. So this is the Radiance show at Mountain Gallery. And this is recorded in October 2022. And thank you for coming on the tour. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and stop by radianceandgrit.com. And if you haven't already, please sign up for my Art and Soul letters. They're where you find out about new artworks, new available prints, and you get first dibs on opportunities to commission artworks. All right, have a wonderful day. Bye. Sacred Sun, talking about this painting here. Our sun is magnificent. It is the star that makes our solar system, our system set up, our system of planets and their moons, circling around this one particular magnificent star that is shining with just enough light and heat to make literally the miracle of life possible on Earth. Our sun is sacred. That's why so many gods and goddesses have been inspired by the magic, mystery, and wonder of our sun. And yet we see it up in the sky, shining, and we just assume it is always going to be there. When in actuality, our sun, just like you and me, has a life. It has a birth. It's currently in its vibrant middle age. And someday, our sun will pass on to where stars go when they cross over. It's pretty fascinating to think about. On one hand, it's really sad because when our sun goes, so does life on Earth as we know it, if the Earth is still intact at that time in a way that we understand. And yet it also adds a layer of magic, mystery, and wonder that all the circumstances that had to come together for life on Earth to happen, happened because of our sun shining, being itself. just like you shining and being your gorgeous self, unfold sets of circumstances that you could never predict. From dinosaurs, to humans, to horses. And what comes next? We don't know. And I have to say the same for our moon and the sacred moon painting. Our moon has contributed, it is a partner with the sun to helping life on earth be wonderful. So let us all honor the sacredness of our sun, our moon, and our earth by thanking them all today, and thanking them by taking time to create something in the energy of love, whether what you're creating is a hug, a wonderful meal, a painting, a math problem, or something that helps our energy systems be more and more evergreen. So let's all go out and do something in the name of love. Thank you. This was Kristen Girard, Luminary Artist. And head over to radianceandgrit.com and please be sure to sign up for my Art and Soul letters, where you'll get first notice on wonderful things, from videos I make to classes to courses to paintings, prints, and so much more. May love be in your heart today. Bye.